Here are the top 4 mistakes that most digital marketing agency owners are making. So, for those of you that don't know me, I started my whole entire agency from my house, or my bedroom, I should say. And at the time when I first started, I had zero experience. I didn't know anything about digital marketing. I didn't even know the word digital marketing. I found out about the word social media marketing first before I dove into digital marketing. So I had no idea what SMA was. I heard all this for the first time through taking a Ty Lopez course that my friend had purchased and shared with me, right? So I had no idea. I went to college, or I had graduated from college, and I was on my way to becoming a doctor, or trying to become a doctor, right? And so being a doctor wasn't what I wanted to do. So I was trying to explore other things and stuff like that. And then I stumbled upon digital marketing, and I got started into that. And well, it's worked out pretty well for me because I've grown my digital marketing agency to 6 figures within months off of my bedroom. We're in the 2nd year of business. So business has grown. We actually grown by close to 2.5x from last year. So things are going really good, and I want to share with you my top 4 mistakes that most rookies are making. And these are the same mistakes that I made. These are going to be the same mistakes that most marketing agency owners are making. And I want to help you, either if you haven't experienced it yet, I want to help you avoid these mistakes, or even better, how to solve these mistakes so that you can finally actually scale your agency, right? So, these 4 mistakes is probably the reason why you haven't scaled your agency yet, or this is gonna work. These tips I'm gonna give you in general is gonna work for business in general, but I'm gonna share with you, my personal experience on what really helped me grow my marketing agency. And it was through going through these 4 mistakes. I obviously had to go through the long journey, the long route, in order to get to where I am, because I literally started from scratch. I had no idea what I was doing. All right. So, before I get started with these 4 mistakes, I want you guys to, give this video a big thumbs up, because it super helps the YouTube algorithms or something like that. I believe we're currently at about 1,500 subscribers. So, I really would appreciate, you guys helping me grow my channel by just smashing that thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, turn on the notification bell if you want to follow the journey on starting your digital marketing agency and then scaling it with clients. All right, so the first mistake is doing everything yourself, right? When you first start off your digital marketing agency, you feel like, or even you don't want to start a digital marketing agency because you feel like you are either not the expert and you want to become the expert, and that's going to hinder you from actually getting started, right? You're just like, I don't know anything about digital marketing, so I'm just not going to start. And that's probably a lot of people why they haven't really started their digital marketing agency, right? They've looked into it, they heard about it, and digital marketing is, hey, I've been looking to digital marketing, but I don't know how to do this, do that, and I haven't got started, right? So that's person A, right? Person A doesn't have any experience and doesn't get started, right? Person B, has gotten started. It has a little bit of digital marketing skills, but they feel like they need to be an expert in order for them to take their business to the next level. And I'm here to tell you guys that you don't need to be an expert. You just need to know the basics, the fundamentals to build a 6-figure agency. Because when I built my digital marketing agency to 6 figures, I was still no way a guru. I'm no expert. I still don't consider myself that. Going 2 years into my business, sure, I know a little bit more about digital marketing, but there are guys that are way above me making 50, 100 K per month, right? I'm not even there yet. So I'm getting there, right? But I'm not there yet. And I'm just here to tell you guys that you guys don't need to be an expert. And no matter what stage you guys are at, whether you haven't started, you started, or you've been doing it for a while, there's always going to be someone out there that is probably doing bigger numbers than you, or maybe more knowledgeable than you. And I want to share with you guys that the person that makes the most out of digital marketing isn't necessarily the most expert, right? So you could be, making, you could be an agency owner and make, 50 to 100K a month and not know anything about digital marketing, or maybe know very little about digital marketing, right? And I actually know someone that, that is just that. I know an agency owner that's making about, 50 to 100K per month, and he literally doesn't like do much of the actual digital marketing and the service, right? So the first mistake I would say is just doing everything yourself, right? Hire other people, understand, identify what your strengths and weaknesses are, and then outsource or bring someone on to help you with your weaknesses. So when I first learned this, guys, this was really what like jump started my agency, honestly, because when I jumped in, obviously I didn't know anything, but I did everything I could to learn, Facebook ads, Google ads, and trying to explore what is going to work best for me, social media management and things like that. And so I did get it down, like, okay, I'm going to deliver the service. Now, I don't know anything about, I don't have a sales background. I've never done anything in business. I don't have a business background or anything like that. So, my sales skills is terrible. And for those of you that's been following my channel for a long time, my journey, you guys know that, I'm always like, hey, I'm not that great at sales. I'm not really good at sales and things like that. And so what I did was I brought somebody on who was more comfortable with sales, who was experienced in sales, and who was willing to help me out with this issue I was having, right? It's a weakness of mine. So I brought this person on, and right there and then, we landed new clients for my agency. And this literally took my agency, it probably helped me get me to my first, about 5,000 a month, 5 to 6 to 8,000 a month. It was a huge jump, guys. And, before I brought this person on, it was like every time I hopped on a sales call and I didn't close the deal, I just felt like I was wasting money, I was wasting time, because obviously I'm putting a lot of effort into booking these appointments, right? I'm paying LinkedIn, I'm paying these softwares and tools and stuff like that. So every time I don't close a deal, that's money wasted, that's time being wasted, energy being wasted, my morale is down, I don't want to work for the rest of the day. So it just took a lot of mental energy out of me. And that is why I decided to bring on somebody who was, more comfortable with sales, and that alone helped me. So, if you're making that same mistake in your own agency, let's say you are good at sales, but you're not so good with, running the ads or delivering the service, whatever it is that you're offering, then bring someone on and help you out with that. And that's really going to, save you a lot of that mental energy, so that you can focus on your strengths and ultimately focus on growing the business. All right. So the second biggest rookie mistake in your agency is not knowing how to do something, right? And more specifically, client retention. I'm talking about client retention here. So for those of you that are in digital marketing, have a digital marketing agency, have signed on clients, do you guys understand that clients aren't with you forever? It's just the nature of the business, right? So you signing on new clients, and let's say after the first week, after 30 days, after whatever timeline it is, the client decides to drop off because they want to go separate ways, they want to try something else, whatever the reason is, right? So with digital marketing, client retention is probably one of the most important parts of your business. If you don't have this down in your business, then your business isn't going to be, number one, stable. It's going to be very inconsistent, and it's going to be, very, I guess, in a way, it hinders you from moving forward because you're always chasing the next client. And you never want to be in a position where you're chasing after people, because what happens when you chase after people is they'll run away from you, right? They're like cats. You chase after a cat, they're most likely going to run away from you. So you want to attract clients, right? You want that, just that something where the clients come to you instead of you having to go out to clients. All right. So it's really important that client retention is like the number one focus inside of your agency as far as like service wise. Right now, if you need to bring on somebody that is a super good expert that knows what they're doing, it's going to get awesome results, go ahead and do that, right? So a lot of people start out the digital marketing agency and they take a basic, Facebook blueprint course, a basic Google blueprint course, or maybe a course they took off, they found off Google, off of some random person they don't even know. And, now they're trying it out and the results isn't as good as you expected. It's not as amazing as the client expected. And the client just drops off. So that client that you worked so hard for, that's paying you $1,000 to $2,000 a month, just disappeared. That's your income right there. That's gonna hurt your income, right? And I understand this because when I started my agency, and I signed on my very first client, I had worked so hard. I was doing these cold calls that I absolutely dreaded. And when I first landed my client for, I believe it was $750 or $850 a month, I was so happy. I was so happy that I finally landed this first client, and I was gonna do everything I can to get my very first client, my only client, the amazing results, right? Well, after 30 days, he didn't get the results that he was looking for. I took this Facebook blueprint ad course, and it's free, and it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. And so I just lost my very first client that I found, and this demoralized me with Facebook ads. I thought I, was wasting everybody's time and things like that. So, that like stopped me from growing my agency. So it's really important, guys, that you know how to get client retention. So it's whether you got to take a course on from an expert on Google ads, Facebook ads, whatever it is, guys, you need to understand how to get awesome results. Right now, if you don't know how to get results, it's totally okay. You just need to find somebody that can get the results, right? So if you're working with a chiropractor, whatever it is that you're working with, find someone who's an expert in that niche, in that field, to get them results. Okay, once you're able to get that client retention, you're able to now have a recurring payment every single month. And that's how I'm able to really, even through with the whole pandemic, the whole COVID stuff, my income has relatively stayed the same, if not gone a little bit better. And that's because of client retention. All the clients that are with me are still with me today, right? They're, my client retention is awesome. So that's something that I, really pride myself in, and that's just coming down to getting awesome results. All right. So the third mistake that most rookies, most agency owners are making in the digital marketing agency, for your digital marketing agency or your SMA business, is that you don't have systems to replicate, right? This is so important, guys, because when you're, starting out your agency, or maybe you are, you got your agency and things like that, but you're trying to do a little bit of everything, right? So you're trying to go after every single niche. You're trying to just work with any clients, take them all on. And with this, you don't have any systems, right? You need systems in general for your business, everything from all aspects, from the prospecting, for the outreach, for the service delivery, for the client retention, for the, for systems to replicate results, right? Your business needs to be a machine, right? It needs to be a machine where you press A and it's gonna give you A, right? You can't press a bunch of buttons and expect the same results, right? So you need systems in place. All right, so what I mean by that is, when you bring on a client, right? Let's say you bring on a roofer, for example, someone that cleans a swimming pool, whatever person you bring on, you want to master that niche before you move on to the next niche, right? Because it's so important that you are able to replicate results. Now, for example, here, let's say you bring on a painter and a roofer, okay? Let's say you mastered the roofer, okay? You know exactly how to get results for the roofers. You know exactly, if I just set up the ads this way, I set up the campaign this way, the roofer is gonna get results, no problem, okay? Now you bring on a painter, and you try to do the same thing that you did for the roofer, but for the painter guy. the results just not going to be the same, and now you're stuck with a headache, right? Because now you have one client that's good, but now you have this client over here that is slowing you down, and because you're not getting the results. So it's super important to have systems in order to replicate the results, right? So that's why, you know, the saying goes, you know, the riches are in the niches, right? So if you want to become rich, it's in the niche. You need to be laser focused on, you know, whatever niche it is that you choose, right? Because it's so simple. Let's say you master the roofers, right? Now you're going to be able to scale that super easily, because every time you bring on a new roofer client, you can now hire somebody and say, hey, this is exactly what it needs to be done. I want you to do this XYZ, and boom, you can now hand it off to that person and they'll handle it for you. And so now once you implement that same exact system for this roofer, for another roofer, now you're saving so much time and energy in trying to figure out how to get this person results, right? You're automatically, this person comes on, you know that you can get them results. You can now offer them a guarantee, whatever it is, because you're super confident in getting them results. Okay, so getting systems to replicate results, guys, it's the thing that has really helped me keep my business stable, right? So all of my clients that come in, they're relatively one niche, and I know that it's like a cookie cutter. If I know that I put them in this cookie cutter, they're gonna get the same results. They're gonna be the same shape, the same everything every single time. So if I can get one person amazing results, I can get the next person that does the same thing, get them the same amazing results. Okay, so that's really how you need systems in place to replicate the results, and that's really how you're going to make your agency a lot more simple to run, without less stress, less headaches, less thinking into how to get things to work. Now, my last and fourth tip, and I've already kind of touched on this, is not focusing on one thing. You need a laser focus, right? When you're starting a business, or you have a business and you're an entrepreneur and things like that, I understand there are a ton of things. There's like a million things, a billion things that's just going through your mind, right? You're thinking of new ideas, how to innovate, how to grow, how to hire on better people, how to do whatever it's currently right now that you have, how to make that better, right? How to prospect, how to talk to clients better. There are a million things, and on top of that, you have your personal life and all of that. I get it, right? You need to focus on one thing, and I always tell all of my students, everybody, that you just need to focus on what makes you money. At the end of the day, just focus on what makes you money, what generates you income, what's going to grow your income. Everything else, you need to you need to automate that as soon as possible, right? So that's why I say it's super important to have systems. Obviously, you're gonna have to build all these systems from the beginning, right? When you're first starting things out, you're going to have to build it all up and get these systems in place and stuff like that, and understand how your business needs to be ran. You're the first person, the pioneer of building up your business from scratch, right? But as soon as you can, you need to be able to systemize all of that, and then just focus on things that are going to generate you more income. So it's like the 80-20 rule. You need to focus all your energy and time into what's going to grow your business. And so if you're doing the sales, if you're doing the the service delivery, if you're doing everything inside your business, or multiple things inside your business, wearing different hats, then it's going to be really tough for you to grow your business, because you're doing too many different things and you're not able to have the energy, the thought, the capacity of thinking, because you only have a certain amount of thinking per day. You can't, if you ever realize that, after a test, you take a 1 hour, 2 hour test for school, you're mentally drained, right? You're just drained, you're tired. So it's really important to save your thoughts for the most important things, and the most important things is to generate you in what generates you income. So, a lot of people starting, they're trying to master their business name, their logo, their theme colors, their website, this and that, and don't get me wrong, all those things are important, all those things matter to for your business. But in the beginning here, you just want to get the business going. It's super important to get the snowball going. Let's get the snowball effect and then work backwards, right? So focus on getting your client. Forget, your business name, coming up with the clever business name. Like I have the most basic business name, to be honest, because I sat here thinking about for days what my business name should be, and all the business names were taken up, and I just came up with a simple business name, and I just got started, right? That's the most important thing, just getting started. And then working backwards from that, and then later on, once you have clients come in, once you got some money, now you can focus on your logos and theme and whatever it is that you want to make better. But when you're just starting, the most important thing, guys, is to master things that are going to generate you income. All right, so focus on one thing, and that one thing, systemize it, and then focus on the next thing, systemize it, and that's how you slowly build your business up and really get it going, right? So if you're trying to do a little bit here, everything's gonna slow you down. You're working on too many things, you're stressing out, and you're not gonna be able to not only focus but really grow your business. So it's super important to focus on that one thing, and I believe there's a book about it, right? I believe it's called The One Thing. So if you want to learn more about what I'm talking about, there's a whole entire book. It's like one of the best sellers out there. If you just search it up, you'll definitely find it. And so focus on that one thing, guys. It's gonna really shoot you in that one direction to growing your business, and it's going to completely take your agency to the next level. So those are my top 4 mistakes for rookies who are in the agency space, digital marketing, SMA, known as social media marketing agency. I went through the same exact journey, all from the sea. I made these mistakes, and I want to share this experience with you guys so that you can either avoid it, or maybe you're going through it right now, and hopefully that will light up some type of light bulb for you to get you over that hump, to get your agency scaled. So if you thought it was helpful, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up, because it's going to super help my my YouTube channel grow. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment below what you guys think, any mistakes I missed out on. I'm sure there's a ton of mistakes that agency owners are making. Let me know your thoughts. What's really holding you back from growing your own agency, right? And I'd like to share my thoughts on that. I want to hear your thoughts on that as well. So turn on the notification bell. I look forward to see y'all in the next video. Peace.